Hello, everyone. This is Neo Reality Entertainment. I'm with my friend Solaris, aka Joel.
Hello.
Um, this is going to be an Our Thoughts video on Mass Effect in honor of our Mass Effect fandom. And we're going to be talking about the 3 games and the lore extensively. Joel, do you want to start things off?
You know, I never thought that I don't know, like I never thought I would really get into this game. Like I remember a long time ago my friends would talk about it, and I thought, oh, it seems interesting, but I don't know, I never really gave it a try. And then my brother lended me his copies of all the
Yeah,
Mass Effect games for the 360, and started playing Mass Effect, and I just immediately at that moment I was just hooked. I loved it.
we both know that as a
Yeah,
fib. We both know initially you weren't as hooked as now.
yeah. I played it for a bit. Actually, yeah, that is true. I played it for a bit. I don't know, but then I played it again, and I don't know. I just got into it, and it was just it was really good. And I played through all 3 games. I just actually finished on the 360 not too long ago, and now I'm starting again on the PC. I really like this game.
And I'm pretty sure we might have entered every PC Master Race
Mm.
if they caught on to this.
Oh my god, I don't even want to start with that. I don't want to start with that. Um, but yeah, what do you want to start with?
Well, here's the big question. What's your favorite Mass Effect?
Um,
I know it's not 1,
well,
since
I
1 was more like a chore.
actually, I don't know. I I played the first game. Like I played Mass Effect 1 for like in order.
Yeah.
Because I remember a friend of mine started with 2, and like he was really confused as to, oh, who are these people? Because like they talk to Shepard as if oh
Well, why do you think it's
yeah,
called Mass Effect
yeah,
2?
exactly. And it's like I think I'll go with, I'll try out the first one, see how it is. And yeah, the combat, it it's not good. It wasn't good. I there were times where I just I just wanted to get this part done just to see what happens. So yeah, at times the combat, it felt like it was a chore, but honestly I didn't care. There was just something about Mass Effect 1, I guess, just the exploration. I don't know. There was just something, and along with that, the story, and just the how it introduces the whole like lore.
And universe.
Yeah, and the universe. I don't know. There was just something about it I really liked. I mean, I don't know. I really have a hard time deciding which one's my favorite. Um,
Well, you got the first is Sovereign epic final battle. You
yeah,
have the suicide mission, and you have the battle for the universe.
I I have to say the fight at the end of Mass Effect 1 was pretty good, and then the final mission for Mass Effect 2 has got to be like my all-time favorite.
Yeah, like you have to do these specific requirements, and you have to decide whether or not these characters are going to live or not,
Yeah,
since they can die and you will never see them again.
exactly.
And you would have to play the whole level again. That would be a pain.
Yeah, just the characters that you've grown attached to, and then at the end of the game, you go into this suicide mission, and then your favorite character dies. It's like, no, I can't. Like it's just it really like it's really hard.
Yeah, and when you do get them all together and they all survive in the end, and we go, yeah, we did it.
Yeah, it was just really satisfying. I don't know. I liked all 3 of them.
Yeah, though Mass Effect 3 had got to be somewhat disappointing, especially the Star Child.
Yeah, the ending. Yeah, a lot of people were
Up in arms about
yeah,
it.
really upset about that.
and there's the Star Child's logic that makes next to no sense.
I hated
Like the
Star
Gath and
Child.
Quarian were living proofs of his contradictory.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I
And I really wanted to see Earth more a little bit often in the other two Mass Effects.
yeah, the only time you really saw Earth was in the third game.
And
And
that's
then
for
in the
like,
third game, Earth is in ruins because of the Reapers. So
yeah,
it would have been, but I mean, in Mass Effect 2 for Kasumi's loyalty mission, you do get just a little bit of some lore of of
what went
humanity,
down,
yeah,
what
on
happened
her,
with humanity.
which I thought, yeah, it was pretty good.
And like we saw the head of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, when I saw the head of the Statue of Liberty, oh
How
my
was it
god,
the first time?
yeah, I was like, what? I was like surprised, like.
Like you want to know what the
Somebody
heck happened.
somebody had the head of the Statue of Liberty in like their own personal vault. Like, damn, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
and then you're probably asking questions. What caused this? How did they even get the statue?
Right?
And then you looked into it. It turns out these terrorists that were upset with the North American Union forming decided to say, "Okay, let's commit a terrorist act. Blow up the Statue of Liberty. Let's start a second civil war." And I'm like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, like a second Civil War. Like, what? That's crazy. You know. But I really it would have been great if we saw more of Earth, like in Mass Effect 1 and 2. Like we would be able to go there.
Like I would understand why we didn't go to Earth in Mass Effect 2 because we were working with Cerberus
Right.
and
Yeah, Cerberus and all that junk. It did make sense. I mean, Mass Effect 1, we could have done that, but yeah.
and we would get tidbits of lore information, but we would have to
Right.
it's like we get a lot of lore details, and yet there's more lore that we can still fully explore in the wikis and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah. Um, and then just the codex, how it explains like all the races.
Yeah,
It's I don't know. It's really really good. I really liked it.
it's better than the Glenmore cards of Destiny.
Better, much better than the Grimoire cards in Destiny. That is a fact. That is true.
Yeah, and
That's for
and you
sure.
mentioned how there was this crew, this colony that took over and was never detected throughout the entire
Right.
time.
It was for Mass Effect 2, the Cerberus network.
Yeah,
Um, they would it was like they would post like news about things that would happen in the Mass Effect universe.
yeah.
Um, I think it was like I don't know if it was something that like that BioWare did like around that time when Mass Effect 2 came out. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, they there was one news article about a colony that an Asari science team found, a human colony, and it turns out that, oh hey, these humans are from this old exploration from way way back, like even before the humans discovered the
The relay.
Prothean, yeah, the relays and the Prothean technology on Mars. It was way before that. um, and I mean it's like it's really cool, like stuff like that. I really do like. It's really good.
And how it was by a rich guy and they lost contact like
Yeah,
16 seconds
I
after.
that was like one of my favorite pieces of lore in that game is that the Manswell expedition. The rich guy Victor Manswell, he was just very disappointed at the pace that humanity was going when it came to colonizing on other planets. So he decided, I'm gonna fund my own like space program, and he sent over like hundreds of humans in cryostasis on a giant ship, and it just
If he
drifted
had
to
just
space.
waited at least 10 more years.
Exactly. If they would have waited just another decade, that wouldn't have been necessary. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
wonder how he felt when that happened.
I wonder, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And there's also how the Reapers are talked about. And I really wish we learned more about the Protheans, honestly. Like, we got VIs, we got some of their tech, but we don't know their culture, way of life.
I mean, we have Javik,
Yeah,
but
but
he still doesn't.
he's the embodiment of pain.
Right. So even then, still
There's still a vagueness
there's
to
still
them.
vagueness. Yeah, there's still not a whole lot we know about their culture. Um, but I mean, it was really cool to have Javik as a squad mate.
Yeah.
An actual Prothean. It's really cool. I really
Yeah,
like that.
like, okay, like, something told me, like, are we going to get Prothean eventually? Are we going to see what a Prothean looks like? And, like,
Right.
yes! And we get learn some more about the Prothean War against the Reapers and how it all fell apart. And I certainly was interested in wondering, like, how long did it take for them to lose that war? Like, they
I think it
never
was like
make.
centuries, I believe. I
I
don't
think they said
remember.
100 years.
Yeah, so about like a century or so. It was a long, long time. And I remember Javik mentioning how, like before, I think it was in the Reapers, but they fought a race of machines in this war called the Metacon War. So I guess like a race of machines similar to like the Geth, I suppose. It was that was something that I remember. Um,
Hmm. Never looked that up.
no, no.
And also, like, let's see, we have this extensive lore. We have the games, and we have some books that describe it. We even have an anime thing called Paragon Lost.
I I've heard about Paragon Lost, but I never watched it.
I
But
think it got a mixed reception.
I heard that's like James Vega. That's where his character started. That's where
Yeah,
he was introduced.
and there's also the upcoming Mass Effect Andromeda, and we had a couple of theories
Oh
going
man,
on.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Andromeda. I'm
Yeah,
really very excited.
and me and Joel and someone named Brian do this role play on Gary's pod, and we came up with these ideas, and then for some reason it seems more like these ideas seem to be Bioware's ideas now. Like, the
Hmm.
Turians haven't been confirmed yet. We kind of killed off most of the Turians in our role play
Yeah.
in Andromeda extensively. And how would you feel if Bioware really did take these ideas of ours and just threw them in Mass Effect Andromeda?
Brian said that he would feel really honored if that was the
Yeah, also
case.
really mad
I'd be a bit mad too. Like, wow, I'd laugh. I'd laugh.
that you had an idea a year ago and then they came up with the same idea.
Now, who knows? Maybe they had the same idea. It was just one huge coincidence. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I don't know. I wonder how this is gonna be done.
Well, it takes place more than a decade, and I thought, really, a decade? I would have taken 100 years after the Reaper
Right?
War.
Yeah. So I wonder how that's gonna turn out. So uh, the going back to the Codex, I remember how the Krogan, how they were basically used.
Yeah,
You know, they were used to fight off the Rachni,
the
and
Rachni
then
Empire,
yeah, and then
the
afterwards they
Krogan got big.
rebel. They got yeah, and the Genophage.
So the other one was a giant bomb.
Oh God, yeah, that was a really big twist.
Yeah, and I'm trying to wonder, wait a second, how come you have never noticed there was a bomb on the planet?
Exactly. It was a pretty big. It was huge. I'm surprised nobody had noticed that.
Me neither.
Um, but yeah, I feel really bad for the Krogan. Just everything that they went through. They were used in a war, and then their reward was them getting sterile, unable to reproduce. It's really bad. Um,
And you're left with and you're left to clean up the mess.
right. Um, Another race that I actually thought were interesting as well were the Batarians. Um, Another thing too, in
Mass Effect 2.
yeah, in Mass Effect 3, basically they've been
Extinct.
they're almost just wiped out. You know, they were the first ones to get hit by the Reapers.
Yep.
Um, I don't know
And
because
there's only a few 100,000 maybe.
right, and it's like you never really figured out like what their society was like, what their government was like.
Yeah, and you and the Reapers pretty much destroyed it.
Yeah, so this is something we'll
And
never
I
find
always
out.
thought, it would be interesting if we had a Batarian crew member.
That would be really awesome. I hope in Andromeda that's the case. We had a Batarian crew member. I would really like that. That would be good.
Yeah, and especially in Mass Effect 3, like having to work out the reissues with him and Commander Shepard.
Exactly.
And I'm like thinking like, yeah, that would be really sweet to do. Sadly, they didn't do that.
Nah.
And like, and especially when you encounter pretty much the last Batarian leader.
Yeah, Balak.
I think it
if
was.
I remember, because I remember in Mass Effect 1 there was a DLC called Bring Down the Sky, and
Yeah.
it's free now. And it introduced the Batarians, and Balak was like the main like bad guy, pretty much. You know, trying to crash this asteroid onto a human colony, um, and then like at the end you have the option of killing him, sacrificing the hostages, or letting him go in order to save the hostages.
Yeah.
I mean, I let him go, and then he comes back in 3.
Nice to see everything comes full circle.
Yeah, yeah, it's I like that. It was really cool. And I don't know, I thought that was really nice to see a character from
Two games
game.
ago.
Right. And
make a cameo appearance pretty much.
Mm-hmm. And then um, it depends on what um, what you chose for your like psychological profile in the beginning in the first game. Soul Survivor, War Hero, or Ruthless. If you chose Soul Survivor, and there's a special there's a certain mission in Mass Effect 1 where you find out like what really went down on a cruise. And you actually end up finding one of the 50 Marines. One of the Marines that you thought died was actually still alive. And he actually tells Shepard that, oh, the Thresher Maw attack, it was all Cerberus was behind all of it.
I never did Soul Survivor. I picked War Hero.
Yeah, I picked Soul Survivor, and I found that out. I was like, holy crap! Like this all like Cerberus was responsible for it and everything. And now looking at that and just looking back at Mass Effect 2, like, man, you have to work with them after they basically
they killed you.
They scarred you for life, psychologically, Um, I don't know. It's just I really liked that. It was really really cool. And then also in Mass Effect 1 at the beginning, in Nihilus, the Turian Spectre.
Yeah.
When I first played Mass Effect 1 and when I first talked to Nihilus, like I thought that this was a character that was going to be with me throughout the entire game, but
it was going to be a mentor for the Spectre
exactly
when you achieve Spectre status.
Yeah, sort of like
and then you get a plot twist right at the beginning.
Right, like
kill him off.
Dead. He dies
by his mentor.
Which is crazy. You do learn a little bit more about him in Mass Effect 2 by Samara. Samara does give a little more information about him, but I don't know. It's I don't know. I was a bit disappointed. I thought Nihilus was going to be like a squad member, but
would have been cool.
It would have been great.
Oh, really? Who would be cooler, Garrus Vicarian or Nihilus?
Exactly. Like then Is there, some sort of rule that there can only be like one Turian in each like team? I don't know. But still, we have Garrus. Garrus is like my favorite out of everybody.
Especially the cut idea of having you play as the squad mates.
I I don't know why did they cut that out. That would have been awesome.
I think they might have some time constraints.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, like I don't know. I remember watching a video of Mass Effect like before it came out. It was like a bit
Prototype.
like a prototype. Yeah, it was a prototype, and it was like showing off all the features of the game. Um, and I remember this was like before Garrus. Like Garrus had no like his didn't have like his trademark like face.
Tattoo.
Yeah, his trademark like face paint or anything. He was just completely like just bare face. Um, just nothing at all. I don't know. It's crazy to see that and then looking at Mass Effect 3 and how much it's like improved gameplay wise. Um, I have to say, out of all the games, Mass Effect 3 had the best combat. It was the combat in Mass Effect 3 was good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, and it had this emotional storytelling. Like we see our comrades sacrificing themselves, like Morden.
Oh, Morden. Morden is another one of my favorites. Um, and it's funny because if Morden died in Mass Effect 2, he gets replaced by another Solarian. And like I thought that if Morden dies, then I guess the genophage there won't be a cure for the genophage. But apparently, yeah, the replacement actually ends up curing the genophage as well, and he also sacrifices himself, and like it both of their like the way the things they say like it was on par with each other. It was the same exact level of like emotion. Like I felt like I remember watching it on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, I remember watching a video. I forgot the name of Morton's replacement if he dies, but it was pretty good.
And especially that song he played.
hmm Oh yeah, Morton. Morton is a great singer.
Yeah, and how there was originally multiplayer in Mass Effect One. It was going
hmm
to be team deathmatch, like Capture the Flag
Right.
style. Never got vitalized, and then there's the multiplayer for Mass Effect
The
Three.
multiplayer for Mass Effect 3 is addicting. You know, I have so much fun with that the multiplayer for that game is really really fun. Because you get to play as like all of these characters, all of these races. You know, you get to play as I was able to play as a Turian. That was like
A dream.
a dream come true for me. And just not only as a Turian, but Solarians, Asari, races that you didn't even expect, like a Volus, the Vorcha as well. It's it's a lot of fun. It's a really really the multiplayer for Mass Effect 3 is a lot of fun. It's very fun.
And let's see if I recall correctly. Um, there was a series of cut content in the game, and I'm trying to remember. Like, if I recall correctly, hold on. Back, there was some cut content from the game, like we were like in. I'm trying to recall, like around you were supposed to like travel to this young star called what was it? I can't pronounce it right.
Uh, Leia?
Yeah,
That's what I think that's how it's pronounced.
yeah, like you were supposed to travel there, and I don't know what you were supposed to do there, but and there was like, let's see, there was a lot. I don't know how much cut content. Like, there was an achievement called Sky High for Mass Effect 2. I don't know what that was about. It was never explained, but it certainly was. Like, there are some cut content in this game, but it's not really much that affects the story. Um, like there was supposed to be a new Cerberus operative called Cerberus Skunkworks. Yeah, weird name.
Um, what?
Yeah, I really don't know.
Oh, so it's like special like year, is that pretty much? Is
I
that?
think so.
Oh, okay. Hmm, interesting.
Yeah, but overall, I was glad what we got. Unlike KOTOR
Yeah.
2,
No. Yeah. That had a lot of good content.
and the game was broken because of it.
Yeah.
And and let's see, other than the Second American Civil War, I don't think we really learned much about humanity's history other than the First Contact War.
No. No. Not really.
And that would have been interesting to see what else humanity went through during these till up until the Prothean discovery on
Right.
Mars. Like, how did they terraform stuff? How did they get these abilities? And what they were at when they found the Turians and then the First Contact War happened.
Yeah.
And it would have been interesting to see that happen.
That would be really cool.
Hey, was there any other lore you mentioned you discovered?
Um. Nothing that I. Nothing that I remember. Besides the whole Soul Survivor thing. No, nothing really. I don't. Nothing that I remember. Um,
And how did you feel playing in the Shadow Broker?
I have. I have not done the Shadow Broker yet.
Wow.
I have not done that yet.
You basically reunite with Liara to take down the
Yeah,
Shadow
yeah.
Broker.
I heard the Shadow Broker DLC is really, really good because of that. And I'm really, really excited to play it. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I will. I need to because I've heard
And that
good things
actually will
about it.
help you out in Mass Effect 3. Yeah, there's
Oh,
even an
okay.
AI that travels around with Liara.
Right.
It's kind of funny. In fact, there's a scene in Mass Effect 3 during the Citadel. If you look it on my YouTube channel, you'll find the 2 hour long video of the Citadel mission. The little bot during our party time is actually wearing a little bow tie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was like, oh, that's so cute.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And like he's saying, like, I will set this to set the mood. And I'm like, oh, that bow tie on him is a little cute. And I'm just laughing. And then there's, and like, what's your favorite DLC?
So far, um, I played all the Mass Effect games I played throughout without any of the DLCs on the 360. But so far, the DLCs that I've played on the PC were Bring Down the Sky and then Kasumi. I liked Kasumi. Kasumi is an awesome character. I actually like her. Zaid, eh, I is alright. I'm not a huge fan of Zaid. I don't
It
really.
was just your typical bounty hunter, disgruntled, wants vengeance, blah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like him that much. But Kasumi, yeah, Kasumi is awesome.
Yeah, and along with that, like I played the Leviathan, and that was awesome.
Oh,
In fact, and then there was, and then let's get to it. You know what I'm talking about. Omega
yeah,
DLC.
Omega, yeah. The DLC that finally introduced female Turians, what female Turians look like, um, and they look badass.
Yeah.
They really do. Um, I have to admit, I actually watched a walkthrough of the Omega DLC. I wished that Nyrene's death wasn't. I don't think it was necessary. Just the way she went out, you know.
And they never really explored her fear problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was like they had initially wanted to bring in her as a character for the game, but then EA came in and said, "We have the final say so, kill her off."
Yeah. Sad.
And like there was a Reddit Ask Me Anything email response, and he said this, and I would not have killed off Nyreen. I was told to by
Yeah.
the corporate heads of EA,
Right.
and like okay, yeah. So basically, this is all EA's fault. And depending on how you play it, I'm trying to remember her name.
Was it Arya?
Arya.
Arya.
She would go through a redemption phase, like she would become softer, yeah, and would actually care more about the characters. And if you're a renegade, I think she acts like an unofficial love interest
Yeah, she kisses Shepard.
if he's renegade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if she's a paragon, but if you paragoned, she would actually go soft.
I don't know. But I mean, at least you get to play as a female Turian in the multiplayer. I mean, there's that at least.
Yeah, but you don't really see many more in the game. Like,
Right.
It would have been awesome to see them at battle.
The only time you see a female Turian
besides
Nyreen is in the Citadel, if I remember. I remember seeing a cutscene of like Garrus and Shepard at I think it was Purgatory.
I think so.
And like Shepard was helping Garrus like find a date, you know.
Though he would find one in Tally.
Exactly, yeah. Honestly, I feel Garrus and Tally make a really good pair. I don't know.
Yeah, and we did that in the role play.
Yeah.
How did that feel to you?
Oh, I was fine with that. I was okay with that.
Yeah, and it was really fun and like I kept making jokes about it, especially this scene that happens. They caught them doing that, and it was,
right. Yeah. It was pretty good. It was.
And how did it feel to see Garrus again in Mass Effect 2?
It was
like you're expecting this other guy,
right?
Like nothing can ever replace Garrus. And oh my god, it's Garrus!
Yeah.
Like from the helmet, I knew it was Garrus.
Yeah, like the blue armor, I knew right off the bat this is Garrus. It has to be Garrus, and yeah, it was. Now when you fight the gunship, and like Garrus gets hit with that rocket, I thought he was dead. I thought that guy in the gunship killed him. I thought he was dead. I was like, no, Garrus. But he survived. You know, wow.
He is impossible to kill,
Yeah,
except in the suicide mission.
Yeah. Oh no.
Like, how would you have felt if Garrus had died on your run through the suicide mission?
I would be so upset. I would be upset. I would be so mad. I would like if I had to. I would literally start over.
The entire game?
The entire game. I don't care.
Just to get this one thing right.
Yep.
And especially how later on he and Tally would develop a romance if you didn't romance with either one of them.
Yeah.
How did that feel like when you first saw that the first time?
Yeah, 'cause I remember on the 360, on my playthrough through the 360, I didn't romance Tally. I romanced Jack, I believe.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, it was Jack. Yeah, it was Jack.
I romanced with Ashley.
Yeah. So Garrus and Tally, started developing a relationship, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I like that.
I wish they had explored it more on the missions.
Right. But what we got was pretty good. I thought it was nice.
Now here's a question: how would you rank the Mass Effect trilogy, the Mass Effect series, as? How would you rank the Mass Effect series in terms of gaming?
9 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I would have given it a 9 because of the
9 out of 10. Yeah,
the ending of all.
Right.
Like
But
Like the start show made no sense, and especially how it first initially was. Relays are destroyed, color, color, color,
yeah,
and
everybody's stranded on Earth, you
and the
know.
worst case likely scenario that
Ex-
everyone dies.
right,
And
yeah.
I'm like, wow, that is not the ending I was hoping for.
Exactly.
And it was so bad at that time. Like everyone wanted to say, oh, well, maybe it was all just a dream. And I'm like, really?
Really, I don't know.
Remember the indoctrination theory?
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting theory, but then again, like that means the genophage.
Everything you did
Everything you
was a
did
waste of
was
time.
it didn't happen. It was just all in your head, you know. But yeah, overall, I'd rate it a 9 out of 10. It has got to be one of it has become one of my all-time favorite games. I I didn't expect it to be that good, but it is. I really like it.
Yeah, you even say it manages to beat Half Life 2 by a
It's it's
thread.
it's there. It's like on the same level. You know, it's on the same level. Um,
What happens if Mass Effect 3 gets announced as Game of the Decade, like Half Life 2 got?
oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
And do you hope they re-release it on the new consoles?
Um, yeah, I'm not getting my hopes up because they I think they answered that question. If there's going to be a remastered version, they said they wanted to focus on other things first before they get to that. So I mean, yeah, I'd be all up for that, but I'm not getting my hopes up because I'm sure that's not going to happen for a long time.
And also, how do you find the chance of what do you think Andromeda is going to go through? Like they've confirmed several species, but they haven't confirmed the Turians yet. And the Mako. Let's talk
Yeah,
about the
the
Mako.
Mako is coming
Mako from
back.
Mass Effect One.
Oh man, the Mako. Okay, I I'm not. I hope I'm not. I was not the only. I hope I wasn't the only one who thought like it was.
This is the internet. You may express your opinion any way you want. Who
It,
gives a care?
it's it was. Yeah, I had trouble like controlling it at times. It was cool, like driving around in a little like giant like rover, over like all these planets. But
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
at the same time, it was like a bouncy car.
right? It just
Like I never got that sense of danger. Like I just saw the car dun, 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 crash.
yeah, it just I had hard times controlling
Especially
it.
how he treats everything like a rag doll.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Although it was very entertaining to knock over Geth armatures with
Yeah, it was so hilarious. Like I would just
yeah.
mostly push them down to the lava pits.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was very entertaining. What now? What was your favorite class overall in Mass Effect?
I mostly went with soldier.
Um,
I wanted to get a regular soldier saying that anyone can be Shepard.
right.
Not have special abilities, not have special needs, not have specialties.
I see.
I wanted to have a like if this one soldier could do it, imagine what 100 soldiers could do.
Exactly. That's good. Good.
Yeah.
I went I went with I actually went with Soldier
The first
the
time,
first time. Yeah, I
then
went
you
with
went
Soldier.
biotic.
Then I went Vanguard. I oh my god. I I'm glad that I made that choice because the Vanguard is a very I don't know. There's something about the Vanguard that I really enjoy. Just the biotic charge, just charging into enemies and then using like a shotgun. And then not only that, you have like incendiary ammo. Oh man, incendiary ammo is
I kept using it.
deadly. It is amazing. And okay, so like incendiary ammo plus the biotic charge in Mass Effect 3, it is deadly.
And what about the plasma pulse?
The
Combine that with the incinerary
the incendiary ammo with the plasma pulse rifle,
particle
the
rifle.
particle rifle, or the Geth pulse rifle. That's what I was trying to say. It's deadly. Usually, sometimes I would use like a shotgun with incendiary ammo, and like once an enemy's on fire, I would use the biotic charge, and it will cause like this explosion, this fire explosion, and it just destroys. It's just really entertaining. I had a lot of fun with it. And
Yeah.
right right now on the PC, I'm playing as a Sentinel, and I really like the Sentinel because the Sentinel has like this holographic like armor, and it's so useful because like um and I'm playing I right now I'm playing on Mass Effect 2, and I have it maxed out so that like um when it detonates, when my shields go down, it will like release like this pulse of energy around me that will like knock down enemies if they only just have health, you know.
You know what I just realized? It's like all these classes, they actually can affect the storyline. It's like Bungie tried to do that with Destiny, but do it less cheaply.
I mean, mm,
Like,
it's true.
whereas in Mass Effect, depending on whatever class you went and whatever story you went, it actually changed the story. But in Destiny, it would be like,
The,
okay.
the classes in Destiny, they were really different. They had
In
some.
story aspects, they weren't really different.
I mean, I don't know. It's just I have yet to try out like I have not tried Infiltrator yet. The only classes I haven't tried out has been it was Infiltrator, Adept, and Engineer. Never really tried those classes out yet. I don't know. Um, but yeah, Vanguard is it's a lot of fun. Sentinel though, Sentinel is actually I like Sentinel too. It's pretty good.
And what do you think? What, like after Andromeda, how else are they going to continue telling the story? Are they going to tell a story of a great galactic empire?
No. I mean, it's really hard to top. The Reapers, the these
Like I
giant
think some
machines
of death,
that come every like
50,000
50,000 years to collect all these like
advanced empires.
how they built like they built the mass relays, the Citadel to like further speed up the
The
species like
evolutionary chain,
yeah, exactly,
and
for
and once again, makes no sense for the Star Child.
I, I remember there was a mod for Mass Effect 3,
The happy ending
that the
mod.
happy ending mod, yeah, that removes the Star Child completely, and the only choice is destroy.
Since that's what you came to do.
That's what you came to do, is destroy the Reapers. So there you have it, done.
And then there's the whole concept of how synthetics and organics can never coexist. And then there's this:
There's the Geth and the Quarians.
you
They
are welcome to stay on Ragnarok with us.
yeah.
And I'm like, did you not pay attention to what's been going on throughout the galaxy for the last few months?
I always thought that the Star Child was like corrupt or just malfunctioning, just not working anymore.
Like, it's been around for like over a millennia.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was trying like the Leviathan, I think they said that they wanted to balance out organic and synthetics to work together, and the Child's logic dictated that synthetics have to wipe out organics, or organics wipe out the synthetics. There cannot be two; there can only be one.
Right.
And I'm like, Corian and Geth, please do not tell me you completely forgot this.
Apparently,
And there's like we got the destroy ending, destroys all synthetics, damage the match relays, and all that. Norrie is temporarily marooned on a planet. Then let's talk about the other two endings. The synthesis ending.
Synthesis. I was actually close to picking that over destroy. I was actually close to it. But I don't know. I just it's a very like very interesting thing to choose. I don't know. 'Cause that's like a huge. That's like the highest point. Like that's like a I don't know. It's just a very interesting like choice. I was close to picking it. I was not gonna pick Control because
We had multiple different theories, like what happens if the Shepherd AI goes wrong and the Reapers are going back to what they were doing.
exactly like yeah. I'm not sure about Control.
Like I really question the control logic, especially where Shepard says, "So the Elusive Man was right." No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. This man was crazy.
And you want to know what always bugged me?
What?
Where did he get those glowing eyes?
You know, I always thought the Luciman's like eyes. There was all like because of that, because of those eyes. I always thought that there was just something off. There was always something off about the Luciman. I thought in Mass Effect 2, like when I first played it, I thought something was gonna happen. Like the Luciman was gonna like turn on you, but no, nothing happened.
You pretty much turn on him.
Yeah, and then
Like I was expecting, like, is the Elusive Man a synthetic this whole time?
yeah, like I don't know.
Like I know there aren't contacts that glow like that.
I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of comic or book that mentions like that tells the reason why, but I don't know.
And then there's all these other different ideas they have for the ending, like
Yeah,
Shepard going to the dark side.
yeah, Shepard pulling a Sarah. That would actually be really interesting.
And your love interest or Caden or Ashley would put them down.
Yeah,
Like, how would it feel? Like, how would you feel if you romance with Ashley and she has to put you down?
that would be so sad. That would be very depressing. It'd be really sad to watch. Um, also, Tally, the terrible, crappy Photoshop that we got. That I remember looking up on a site that showed concept art of what Tally's face would have looked like. Um, and there was one where like her skin was like completely like pale, like white, sort of similar to like the grays sort of. She looked sort of like that, but then but it just it makes me wonder like what why did they just decide to you know just throw away all of these like ideas and just go down the lazy route and went with a very lazy Photoshop instead, you know.
Yeah,
Like I hate that. That looks so bad. It looks really really bad.
and that was one of the biggest mysteries everyone wanted to know. What does
Yeah,
Tally look like? What does Tally look
what
like?
does the Quarians look like, behind that mask? And well, we got that. So
And I thought that was just the laziest option they
yeah,
went
I
with.
thought that was so lazy. I
And like
agree.
even Angry Joe snapped about it.
Yeah.
And let's see. And here's the thing: do you consider the Mass Effect series art?
Some ways. I guess. In some ways, I guess. I don't know. Um, it is truly an experience. That is, it has been an experience. You know.
And what I'm trying to wonder, how are they going to top the Reapers?
Oh, who knows? I really want to know what they do. You know. Because that was like the biggest thing, really, was the Reapers. You know.
Yeah.
So now
Like,
that they're
how can you top the Reapers, the destroyers of all life? Like, are you gonna have a giant empire that controls the entire galaxy, one that doesn't feel affected by the Reapers?
yeah, I'm really curious as to how they're gonna pull that off. Um, who knows? Who knows what will happen? Um,
Like me and you talked about it. There's only one species I could think off the top of my head that doesn't need a unifying force that could take on the Reapers. You know what I'm talking about.
oh
It's
my,
from another universe.
yeah, the Yuzan Vong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're pretty much the organic version of the Reapers.
Yeah, they pretty much are. That is
Yeah.
true.
We could talk about them in another video.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we can talk about that.
And
That's definitely something we should talk about in another video. Definitely.
yeah. But I'm glad we got backstory about how the Reapers were made.
Yeah, yeah.
And it looks so much like the Leviathans. And like, how did it feel to see, and how was your relationship with Jack in the game?
I honestly I liked it. I liked I liked Jack, and I decided, you know what, I decided, why not, and I romanced her, and I don't regret making that decision. It's pretty good, pretty good. And Jack is a very very good character. I like her, especially once you get to know her. She opens up and she's not like
Psychotic.
She's not like this. She gets really like emotional because of what happened to her in the past when she was a child. It's pretty good. I really like Jack. Jack's an awesome character.
Like, I managed to save my crew of the Normandy in Mass Effect 2. Like, I managed to save them after they got kidnapped. And I'd done all the loyalty missions. I'd done the correct paths. Got them all right. Okay, now we just need to get ready for this big mission, this epic mission. We just need to wait till the Normandy is kidnapped eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I already got all my armor perks and whatnot for it, and so all I have to do is go into that Omega 4 relay and...
yeah, destroy those collectors.
Yeah, and I'm trying to wonder, if the collectors were the Protheans this whole time, how come no one figured that out?
Yeah, because they...
In fact, what I'm also trying to wonder is, wait, but the collectors are technically Reaper servants, so why didn't they not just, like, join up with Sovereign?
Right? I don't know.
Like, wouldn't they have teamed up with Sovereign since one of their gods are there?
True. At the end of Mass Effect 2, when Harbinger released control of that collector captain, and like the 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 person that collector captain once was, and he realized that they've been used, they've become these monsters, and he looks back and like just the whole like base is just falling apart, and they all just they get killed.
Yeah, and like you see for one fleeting moment, like, what have we become?
Yeah, I thought that was a very very like powerful moment in that game, and in the entire
And there was
series.
no line of dialogue.
Yeah, and there was no line of dialogue at all, and it was very powerful. I really liked it.
But I think it felt peaceful in the end, since for one fleeting moment, it had its own choice.
Right.
Beyond Reaper influence.
Exactly.
And it's become a popular internet meme. Assuming control.
Yeah. Oh, Harbinger.
I was actually expecting a huge epic boss battle with Harbinger.
Right?
Yeah. The largest and most powerful Reaper, and we just run to this...
We do fight that giant, like,
Reaper.
Human Reaper. I thought it was alright.
Yeah, but fighting the Reaper of all Reapers...
Yeah. Now, Mass Effect 3, when you go up against, like, you by yourself go up against a Reaper, like, on Rannoch.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I loved that. That was like one of my favorite like moments in Mass Effect 3. It was just going up against a Reaper just by yourself. It was crazy. I loved that.
That was hard for me. Like, I failed like 4 times.
Oh yeah, it was hard.
No,
right. what was hard was at the very end where you have to like
run.
You have to run and activate these missiles to destroy the Reaper that's in front of like the
Oh, that was hard for me.
I don't know. For me, it was hard because banshees and brutes were just getting thrown at me from left and right. There were so many of them. I don't know about you, but it was really, really hard.
I had the particle rifle on my side. I equipped the particle rifle to everybody.
The incendiary ammo helped. It did help, I died like 2 or 3 times, and then the last attempt, I just like at one point when I was able to activate the missiles, I just went and just ran straight for the missiles to launch them.
Before you got killed.
I nearly died. It was crazy. Like my heart was pounding and everything. I was pretty insane. I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
And then you were at the final mission. You were about to confront the elusive man, and then you're hearing this dun, 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 dun. And was your heart pounding out of your ribcage? And like, oh my
Yeah.
god, this is it. We're really close in the end.
Yeah.
And and you finally confront the elusive man. How did that confrontation feel, especially with Anderson?
Yeah, like damn. Man just it was just crazy. And it just when Anderson died.
He punched a politician.
Yeah. Oh man, that I remember the first. Oh my god, when Anderson punched Udina, that felt oh my god, that was amazing.
Full sleep.
You know, like just Anderson walking up to Udina and just punching him straight in the face. That was awesome. I'm pretty sure that Bioware purposely made Udina unlikable. Um,
Because he's a politician and everyone
yeah.
hates politicians.
But yeah, the elusive man just like the things that he did to try and like
Take power.
take power and trying to save humanity, like it was just I don't know. I wished that Cerberus was sort of like an anti-hero, sort of like in the middle. They're bad in some ways, but in some ways, like I wish that that they would like actually at one point just take they'd actually become like temporary allies at the end.
Yeah.
That I thought that would. I wish that it was like that, but I don't know.
Like
Then
I felt like, wait, like, are we gonna team up with Cerberus? The Alliance and Cerberus would put their differences aside,
no, not at all.
and it hinted that they were teaming up with the Reapers. Like they hinted that.
Yeah, because the service troopers they were basically indoctrinated. If you remember, like on Mars, there was like
Yeah.
a service trooper with his helmet cracked open, and you saw like his face, and like he looked like a husk. So they were
And like, how
all of
did
them
you
were
feel
indoctrinated.
when you saw that the first
It was
time?
like, oh yeah, they're too far gone. That there's nothing we can do. It's over.
Yeah, and I was like thinking for like so wait, did they team up with the Reapers or did they steal Reaper tech? And like they gave
No,
hints at it, like they teamed up with the Reapers for a time, like during the whole attack on the colony
right.
on what was that planet again?
I don't remember.
It's in Mass Effect 2 as well because that planet has the most cursed luck than Eden Prime.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I don't remember.
Okay. Um, but like how they experimented on the colonists and refugees, like I was like, my God, all this for what? And then
Right.
they mentioned how well it looks like the Reapers and Cerberus aren't working together anymore. So they like hinted that they were working together, and then Lucifer wanted to copy the Reapers' attacks and style, and the
Right.
Reapers were like, "That's a big no-no."
Yeah.
Horizon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Horizon.
Yeah,
The
that planet is about as unlucky as Eden Prime.
yeah. I mean, they're calling. They got abducted by all the colonists getting abducted by the collectors.
And then they get abducted by Cerberus.
Yeah. They not the best of luck.
In fact, it's kind of coincidental. Eden Prime attacked by the Reapers, then attacked by Cerberus.
Right.
Then there's Horizon attacked by the Reapers, attacked by the Cerberus army. So like I'm wondering, so is Cerberus Reaper human form?
I guess because they were indoctrinated. Um,
So, is there anything else you want to talk about on Mass Effect?
Um. Well, I'm trying to think. Um. Is there anything that we left out or?
Thane, we can talk about some of the companions.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's start with let's start with Garrus. Um,
Awesome.
my favorite character of the entire series. It has to be. I mean, Garrus. He's with you throughout. Like he's a recurring squad member through all three games.
Yep.
Him and Tally are the only two who appear as a squad mate in all three games. You know.
Yeah.
And I mean, both of them are awesome. But I'm leaning towards Garrus because Garrus is my favorite. Um, and like and you see that Garrus and Shepard they develop this
Friendship.
this friendship, you know, like brothers. It's pretty good. I always liked it.
And how did you think of Thane?
Thane's actually pretty good. Um,
And it was sad how he went out.
oh no, that's the thing. Like man, just the you have the option to romance him, but it's like it'd be really sad because he ends up like dying at the end. You know, it's like I don't know
To save a counselor.
exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
Curse the Kevlar syndrome. And you already talked about Jack. Well, what did you think of Ashley, despite the fact that you killed her off?
Ashley, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of. I'm sorry, but I'm just not a huge fan of Ashley. I don't know. I don't know. There's just something I just didn't really like her. I don't know.
And what did you think of Caden?
Caden's pretty cool. I like Caden. Um,
And how did it feel to have a Geth as your companion?
now Legion is pretty cool too. Um, Shepherd Commander, Shepherd Commander.
Like, how did it feel the first time to realize, oh my god, I'm having a Geth on my side?
Right, and like he tells you that the Geth you fought were heretics. You know that they were an actual Geth. They were just they were controlled by the Reapers. Essentially, they were following the Reapers. They were heretics.
Yeah, and I really like that statement he said, does this unit have a soul?
This unit have a soul. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, they do.
Yep.
Too bad we had to kill you anyways.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, but it doesn't. We made peace with the Geth and the Quarians, but it won't really matter because the Crucible will wipe them all out.
Yeah. Really thought that was unfair.
Yeah.
Especially after that emotional statement. Does this unit have a soul?
Exactly. I personally I feel that coming down to like the destroy ending that it only like destroyed anything that just destroyed the Reapers. That there's just like a specific like code that will affect only like the Reapers only.
And Jeremy Johns, when they talked about it, saying that it was established the Reapers have their own code, so destroy that code and stop the Reapers. And even Angry Joe was mad about it. Even he had an indoctrination theory, but he didn't really see that as the major ending.
Right. Yeah.
Like, how would you feel if everything was just one big dream?
I would be upset. I'd be really upset. I feel that would have ruined the series.
Like this one game you told me about.
Yeah, because I remember I forgot the name of it. It was a really really old game, but like I think I forgot which game. I don't know if it was the second or the third game.
I think it was the third game.
I think it was the third game that like everything that you did previously in the past two games never happened. The bad guys got away with everything. You were like, it never happened. It was all just like a dream. And then at the end of the game, you're stuck in like this, some sort of trance in this limbo essentially. And it was because of that entire series, the series was just ruined. People lost interest. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Um,
especially after your moment of triumph.
exactly.
And I'm thinking, man, they really went with that kind of game.
Yeah.
And like, I would have considered the indoctrination theory one of the bad endings. Like, if it was just one of the bad endings, like you didn't have this effective military strength, and then you realize this was all just a dream.
Mm.
And ultimately, you wake up to realize humanity and the universe has fallen.
Yeah.
That would have been a good bad ending. But instead, we got three choices: this, or this.
And then you also have the choice to refuse
Yeah,
or shoot the Star Child.
which is everyone's favorite dream, rightly.
Yeah.
And then he just says, "So be it."
Yeah.
And for some reason, every time when I heard that line of dialogue, I was like thinking, when did he turn into a Mortal Kombat voiceover?
Yeah. Right. I don't know. I that ending. I don't know about you, but
It was more bittersweet.
it was, yeah.
Like, it was said they eventually did look,
Yeah, because then the next cycle manages to make peace and
get it right.
done it right. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's like, oh, I won't. I don't know. It seemed like, oh, it's like a decision that's just too big, too massive, too grand for one person to make. I don't know. I'm not sure. Eh.
And also, wouldn't the Star Child's contradictory theory be out since she basically said, "You, Shepard, are part synthetic"?
Right. Like,
So shouldn't that be like that's the ultimate accomplishment then?
exactly. Well, the ultimate accomplishment is the Quarians and Geth making peace with one another. Organic and synthetic life making peace with one another. That's like the ultimate accomplishment there.
And yet, nope, nope, nope,
No,
nope,
the
nope,
the Star
nope.
Child fails to acknowledge that.
In fact, I'm surprised there wasn't a live dialogue saying, "Wait a second, but we have the Quarians and Geth fighting with each other."
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll never understand the Star Child's logic. Like, even in the
Mm,
role play we did, we questioned that logic, saying it made no sense.
right. Yeah, it just no.
And like, we wouldn't go control. Like, that would be the dumbest idea ever.
Yeah, like what would? Yeah, I.
And especially how everyone acted in synthetic ending. Like, everyone was more like, "Oh, what just happened?"
Yeah, like the extended cut, like when you choose the synthesis ending, like nobody's like cheering or anything. They're like, "The fuck just happened?" Uh, like everybody's just confused. Whereas in the Destroyer ending, everybody's just cheering, like, "Yeah, we finally did it. We destroyed the
Or in control,
Reapers."
they're cheering. Even
Yeah,
though, quite frankly, that shouldn't really be happening. They should just be confused.
yeah, like the Reapers are they're going away, but I don't know.
Though they could have obviously, like, wait, could this be the Reapers performing the ultimate weapon technique?
Yeah, like
So, like, I never figured that out. Like the first time I played it, I went with control. Like I was worried that my effective military strength was enough, and I wasn't gonna kill everybody.
right. I had like the thing is like at one point I was about to do the final mission, but I noticed that my military strength wasn't that high, and the thing I forgot to do was I actually had to go around and
Collect
scan, yeah,
Alex.
yeah, I had to go around planets and collect war assets, and doing that, I spent a long time doing that, and eventually I got enough. It wasn't enough for me to get the really really good ending where you see Shepard taking a breath of air among like the huge like rubble that he's like sitting on. So I don't know. Um, it's, I'm looking forward to see what they plan to do in Andromeda.
Yeah, it comes out next year at holiday, so we have to wait one more
Yeah, we have
year.
to wait. Yeah,
Just like we did with Force Awakens. I actually went ahead and said that this was our generation Star Wars.
right. Yeah, it's I don't know. I like Star Wars. I don't know. I've really gotten into Mass Effect a lot more for some reason. I don't know. I really like it. Um, but yeah. But I mean, in the meantime, there's plenty of games that we can look forward to.
Yeah,
Yep.
Fallout 4 being one of them.
Yeah, that's gonna
I
be
bet the whole world's gonna disappear for a day.
that's gonna keep me occupied for a long time.
400 plus hours.
Yep. Can't wait for that. That's gonna be good.
Well, everyone, this was Neo Reality Entertainment and Solaris 160. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and stay tuned for more.